Hello and welcome back to Learning the Lyre Harp. Today I'm going to show you a tip on how to be able to learn to play your lyre using two hands. Now it is not necessary for you to play your lyre with two hands. You can perfectly play all of the melodies using one of your hand, like left or right hand, whichever one you prefer, and add harmony and bass to it. That's perfectly normal and it's perfectly acceptable. But if you do want to play using two hands, then this tip that I'm about to show you is something that will help you in that. Now normally I'm gonna show you when you play the lyre sitting down, you would put your lyre on your lap like so. I'm sitting on my stool right now and I usually sit about halfway. You might sit a bit differently. There's different ways of playing the lyre. You can play it standing up, you can play it sitting down, you can play it lying down, you can play it on your lap this way, you can play it on a table, whichever way you prefer to play it. But if you are going to play with both hands, then sitting down position is probably going to be the best for you, unless you can come up with a way to have a strap on your lyre and then you can play it standing up as well. But for me, if I want to play using two hands, sitting down position is the best way. And normally when I play the lyre, and this is what most people would do, I tend to play with just the one hand, so it's perfectly all right. Is I would just sit and I would play at an angle so that I could see my strings, I could see the letters up top, and I would use my left hand to support my lyre if I wanted to play with my right hand, or if I am using my left hand to play, then I would put my right hand down here and support it this way. So that's how I would play my lyre using one hand and how I would support it. Now, if you are going to play with two hands, you need to make a little bit of an adaptation, because when you are sitting this way, the tendency is, especially for someone like me who's short in stature, is if I put my feet flat on the floor, which is the best way to be sitting down, the angle of my leg, the knee, is lower than my hip, so it's angling this way, and when it's angled that way, gravity pulls on your lyre. So it's just a law of gravity. It will just tend to slide off as you start playing, and it's not going to be helping you. So the best way to fix that is to have a stool. Now I have a very old stool here. It's a metal stool, and it's they're available in different shapes and sizes. They're in plastic or metal or even wood. This one is made of metal, so it's got a bit of grip to it. It has a rubber top, which is great because then my feet are not going to slide off. Another idea would be, I have right here, just a simple box. This is just a used Amazon box. Just close it back off and put it on the ground, or even a tote like this one here. It's still got some stuff on it, so it's a little bit heavy, but the general idea is to have enough height on those props, so that when you put your legs on it like so, I'm using my stool right now, it changes the positioning of your leg. So now, as you could see, instead of my knee and my legs going down this way, my knee is now slightly up above my hip, and when I put my lyre in between my two legs, resting on my body, as you could see, I could talk to you freely because I am not needing my hands to support my lyre so much. My body, my torso, and my leg is supporting it just very gently. I can't do like massive movements because then I will lose control of my lyre. But just by having this angle, it allows you to have a better support using your body. The other thing that it allows you to do is that because you're at this level, your torso, you can now sit up properly playing your lyre, you could have a much better posture. So that would be a lot less strain on your back. If I put my feet back down on the floor flat to the ground, you could see my playing, if I play this way now, I would be hunched down. And that is a lot of tension and a lot of pressure on your back and also on your neck, because your head, which is very heavy for your neck, is now gonna be supported by your neck. And when you're leaning forward, not only your back will end up hurting, also your neck will start hurting and your shoulders as well. So it's actually more conducive and much better for you to play with your feet propped up a little bit, so that it allows you to now have a better angle and a better support for your lyre, because now you can have a much better posture. Your hands are freer to move around, and you don't have to support your lyre with your hand as the main support for it. Now when I am playing this way, I still angle my lyre a little bit so that I could see the strings. These strings are not colored right now. I probably will end up doing that because it helps me. I have, if you've looked at my other videos, you would see my other lyres are colored. C's are red and the F's are blue. I probably will end up doing that on here, but for now this is okay. I could kind of see the letters that are engraved on my lyres, and I can play. And when I play in this way, if you are doing a plucking method and your lyre is properly supported, just make sure that it is, I can go ahead and play it in a plucking position. You could see that my hand does not need to rest so much on the lyre anymore. I could still play that way if I wanted to, and keep support of my lyre that way. It's still perfectly good, and it's probably something that you would want to do if you're having some stability issues with your lyre, because having that third thing that's supporting your lyre makes it in the long run more stable for you. But if I wanted to do an arpeggio, I'm just going to do a G chord on the left hand and a G chord on the right hand. I can go ahead and do that. So if you didn't see that, what I did was I played, I kind of like went around and then rested. You still always have to end up resting with your left hand on the lyre, because it supports your lyre, and you can that's kind of your go-to, and reestablishing the position of your lyre, so that if it's not slipping on you. Again, I will play that arpeggio again, G chord. So I now have three things that is supporting my lyre. My legs are supporting my lyre, my torso is supporting my lyre, and my hand is supporting my lyre. So if I wanted to play, I'm just gonna be doing a few chords. As you can see, I was able to play my lyre very freely. I wasn't really playing any songs. I was just plucking some random chords, but I was able to move pretty freely, and I'm able to let my note ring a bit. And the fact that I am using two hands, whichever finger is on the string also acts as a support to it. So when I am playing with my left hand, I am still holding my lyre with this hand. And when I replace my left hand, it is supporting my lyre. And those combination of support keeps my lyre very stable, and I can play very, very freely. I'm not playing any songs, I'm just plucking random strings just to give you an idea about how freely I can move around in my lyre using this position and having my legs, my feet propped up a little bit so that I have that angle. And now you can see that I am fully supported. I can play much longer because I won't get so much strain on my neck, because I am not going like this and putting strain on my neck. No, my head is not down like this. My back is not hunched over. It's in a relaxed, comfortable position. And I can even talk. Or if you want to sing and play your lyre, you can do that. So that's with plucking. A little bit different though if you are using the glide method, because if you are using the glide method, your hands will probably, especially your left hand, will probably always be supporting your lyre because of the pressure that you're putting on it. You are not plucking the lyre, and that motion of pulling with one hand and left hand kind of balances the lyre. With glide method, you're pushing on the lyre. You're pressing down. You're not pushing hard, but you are pressing down. So it is much better to have your hand, in this case it would be my left hand, resting on this bit here, on the ledge here, either with my pinky down there or this part of my wrist here. You know, and again, it will depend on which finger you're using and which way you're comfortable with. I'm not really playing any song, I'm just playing random notes just to show you the possibility. And you can see the difference between plucking and gliding. My wrist is always staying put pretty much, because I still need it to support my lyre. I'll show you what happens if you don't do that, is because your lyre will end up kind of bobbing back and forth. And to me, that bobbing back and forth is a bit unstable. If you're okay with that, then I guess you can play it that way, but I am not okay with that. I like to have the stability of my lyre because I know that any movement affects the sound. So for the glide method, I tend to rest my hand on the ledge right here just for that extra stability. But if I am playing the pluck method, I don't need to rest my hand as much. So I hope that gives you an idea, and I hope that you will try it and let me know in the comments down below if this is working for you, or if you have another idea, another tip that can help others too, in helping to play the lyre using two hands. Please drop it down in the comments or email me directly. My email is learningthelyreharp lyre@gmail.com, and I will be happy to suggest that to the group as well. So thank you for watching, and happy playing.